Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Learn to Cook with Linda. I'm Tim, and this is Linda. And Linda, could you tell us what we're going to be making today?
Sure, Tim. We're going to have Italian sausage farfalle.
Oh, what's that?
That's the Italian word for bow tie pasta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a nice shape to cook with. So I'm going to tell you how we're going to go about this because this is a really easy dish to make, super easy. So we've got the box of pasta, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, half cup of diced onion, 4 cloves of garlic because you can never have too much garlic, and a pound of sweet Italian sausage. So if you can't find it in bulk at the grocery store, you can buy the links and just take the casings off.
Good to know.
And a half teaspoon of red pepper flakes. We've got a can of tomatoes and 1.5 cups of heavy cream. That's what makes it nice and thick. 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, some baby spinach that we cut into slivers, and 1/2 cup of sun-dried tomatoes chopped up. And then we'll use parsley to garnish at the end.
Awesome.
All right, so let's get started. So let's have a look at our ingredients. We have the can of tomatoes, the pound of bow tie pasta called farfalle, 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Here's our spinach. Here's our sweet Italian sausage, but you can also make it with hot Italian sausage if you like that spice. We've got sun-dried tomatoes, chopped onion, chopped garlic, olive oil, parsley, and the crushed hot peppers.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, so what are we doing first?
Well, we're going to start getting ready for the pasta.
All right.
So we've put a big heavy pot of water on the stove to cook, to boil, and we want to give it some salt.
All right. And why do we want to add salt to the water?
It just makes the pasta more tasty
Oh, awesome.
because the pasta takes in the water, right, as it expands. And it has that nice salty flavor. Okay, now we're going to go to the skillet.
Okay.
And we will turn that on.
There we go.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, it wasn't popping. Awesome.
Okay. Okay, and now we're going to put the olive oil into the skillet and let that get nice and hot. We always like to start with a hot skillet.
All right.
Okay, so now we'll put in the onions. And then we'll put the Italian sausage in, and at the end, we'll put some garlic in that mixture.
Awesome.
Okay, so this is a great recipe because it's so delicious, but it's also so easy, and it's really inexpensive to make. It's also scalable, so if you can double it without blinking an eye. You might have put blend the onions in with the sausage so that it doesn't overcook. Right, so you're going to get some brown bits in there, and you don't have to worry about it because when we add the tomatoes, it'll pick all of that delicious flavor up.
Oh, it'll take it off the pan?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it's called deglazing. You can use any liquid. Once you've been sauteing something, you have those brown bits, and you want to get that flavor, you can deglaze the pan, which means you put a liquid in there. It can be with chicken stock or wine. We're going to use the tomatoes.
Awesome.
And you want to take a break for a second and put the farfalle in the water.
Perfect. Awesome.
So all of that brown stuff that's sticking to the pan is pure flavor.
It smells good.
Yes, it does smell good.
Smells really good. That smells really good.
And sometimes you just let them
Let it sit?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then all of that will get nice and brown, and that's where the flavor is.
Awesome.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right. And what will be
So
next?
what's next? We'll flip that over, and we'll add the garlic.
Okay.
Or actually, you can put the garlic in right now. That's a lot of garlic.
Good thing you can't have too much.
Yes, you can't. Great. Let's put it in our crushed pepper flakes. Good. There, it's getting nice and brown now.
You can really start to smell that flavor.
Yes, the garlic's kind of toasting. Break up some of those chunks if you like. It does smell really good. Ready for tomatoes?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So mix that up. You might turn the heat down a little bit. Here are your sun-dried tomatoes.
I'm adding those in now as well?
Yes.
All right.
And the oil, when sun-dried tomatoes are packed in oil, the oil is so flavorful. Okay. Ready for cream?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That a good mix.
Look how creamy.
Yeah. Pan's starting to get nice and full.
Yes, it is.
And now that we've added all of our ingredients, how long do
We're going to
we
let
leave
it simmer
Okay.
and thicken for about 10 minutes.
And Linda, how long should we wait to add the spinach in?
I would suggest we let it thicken. Spinach cooks really fast, and so it's
Does
going to
it?
wilt right into the sauce.
Okay. Good to know.
That's at the end.
All
Nice.
right, we'll let that sit for a minute.
Okay. Let's check on the pasta.
All right.
So for this pasta, we're going to cook it to the full package instructions. Usually when we have pasta that we're going to put into a dish and bake, we leave it al dente. I think we need a few more minutes.
Okay.
But these are just going into a bowl with sauce, so they're not going to be cooked any further.
All right.
There it goes.
And how long did you say that we're leaving the sauce on to boil?
About 10 minutes. When you see the bubbling like that, yeah, we turn it down. Just want to simmer. You don't want it to stick to the bottom. Yeah, I go real low on that heat. See how it's already thickening up?
Yeah. All that extra liquid's boiling off.
Yeah. Okay.
Linda, what are you doing over there?
Well, I'm grating some Parmesan cheese to put on the top
Oh, perfect.
with the parsley.
That'll go
Give
nice
it a
together.
nice little oomph.
Do you think I should add the spinach now?
I think so.
It's about ready.
Yep.
Get that nice and mixed. And now that we have that spinach in there, how long should we leave it on for?
Well, you're going to see it wilt, which it's doing. You can probably turn off the heat, and it'll continue to cook.
All right.
And then let's go back to our pasta and see how that's doing.
All right. How does that look?
I think that looks great.
Perfect. Should I turn that boiler off?
Yes.
All right.
Great.
All right.
Okay, so the pasta's ready. Just gonna drain it. Looks yummy. Did you get everybody out?
Oh, got one straggler.
You put that not on the hot burner, but maybe on the cool burner. Yeah. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is put the farfalle into the serving bowl.
All right.
So is one.
There is.
Okay. I want to take this out of the sink because we're going to pour the sauce over the pasta.
All right.
And if you want to get a ladle, that would be probably the easiest.
Perfect.
So we may not need to use all of the sauce. So if you want to hold that here, so or okay. Yeah, I'd say just pour it in.
Pour the whole thing?
Yeah. That's a lot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Awesome.
Okay. And here we have it. This delicious dish is ready to go. And we're going to garnish it with some Parmesan cheese that we'll stir in. Give it a little bit of salt, because we didn't add a lot of salt earlier.
Add some salt.
A little bit. And maybe some pepper.
All right.
Okay. And then we'll put this in a bowl and we'll grate some more Parmesan over it.
All
and
right.
parsley.
Perfect. All right. Look at that.
I do one more. Yeah, that's a warmer. Okay, then we'll finish it off with finely grated, because we're going to use this part of the box grater.
Okay.
So we're going to grate it over the dish.
You catch it all on the inside.
Yep, I'll use this one. Okay, and we'll finish it off with some fresh chopped parsley.
Awesome.
Ready to try it?
Definitely.
Okay.
Grab a fork. There it is. All right. Let's see how it is. Still nice and steamy.
Isn't that delicious?
It is.
Comes together so nicely too.
You can really taste the sun-dried tomatoes. It makes it like extra sweet.
Yes, they do. And the mix of the cream and the tomatoes and the Italian sausage,
It's perfect.
yeah, it tastes like we spent a lot more time on it than we did.
Definitely.
Okay, so here we have a really easy pasta dish. Let's talk about how we did it.
All right.
So we put the water to boil, getting ready for the pasta. We heated the oil in a large skillet and we browned the Italian sausage, sweet Italian sausage we used. We added the onions, red pepper flakes, and then the garlic, just cooked for the last 2 minutes or so. Then we put the tomatoes into the same skillet with the sun-dried tomatoes and let it thicken for about 10 minutes. It simmered. Then we put the cream in and the Parmesan and waited for it to thicken. We added the spinach and garnished it, and there you have it. Really easy.
Yeah, it was. Awesome.
Okay.
Well, that was really simple.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you for teaching me, Linda.
You're welcome, Tim.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Learn to Cook with Linda. I'm Tim, and this is Linda, and we hope to see you next time.